All right, guys, not to cast stones here, but have you ever seen how websites at the very bottom, sometimes it'll show who built the website? So I found this agency called ProSites, not to ruffle any feathers here, but a lot of their websites are not very good, and a lot of their websites are right in my niche, and I say we could do a little poaching, that's all I'm saying. So if I type ProSites into this, yes, I'm calling them out by name on my video. You can see here that we have loads of websites, and I think you need to like do something, maybe log in or maybe pay a little bit to get the entire thing. Not sure, haven't really looked. But let's just look at this one. I see the word dental in the name. Let's visit the website. And yep, this is what I'm talking about. This is not a good website, and these people are qualified to get a new one. And so you can kind of apply this to anything you're doing market research in. If you've found that they, overwhelmingly use one tool, whether it's like, a booking tool for physical therapists, let's say, that's very, very specific. But if you search built with for that tool that I just made up, you would get a list of websites that I guess has that tool's code in it. So it's kind of like a search engine for snippets of code that I guess are associated with either agencies or tools. So this is a fantastic tool, I think, for finding leads. And I think you could get very personalized with the outreach, given that if you could find, in my case, I can confidently rely on the fact that ProSites websites are going to be mid. So I can reach out to them with an offer around, their website not being good. And I would have to absolutely like refine this. I'm not just going to diss their website and pitch myself instead. Probably not a good look. But you get what I'm saying is these websites are all going to have something in common because they all share a technology or an agency. So I don't know if I'm going to use this right now. Today I've just been focusing on writing like I'm talking about. I don't want to switch, I don't want to change lanes too many times because the more you pivot, even within what you're doing, it's like so hard to stay on track. So I'm focused on trying to get inbound leads through providing quality by posting quality on dental forums. But learned this today and I thought it was cool and I wanted to share it with you. So another thing I did today is I found an excellent YouTube channel that basically has hundreds of videos about running Google Ads specifically for dentists. And so since I'm trying to do both web design, but also use that use the authority I get from the web design and hopefully get people on like a marketing retainer, I need to be able to do good Google Ads. And I think I mostly understand what to do. I've like poked around the dashboard before and I like know the best practices. But now we have a 300 source chatbot trained entirely on Google Ads for dentists, like tons of videos about them. Let me get out of full screen here and I'll just cover up my tabs so you guys can't sleuth and see what I'm doing. And I showed this a few days ago, but if you look at my channel, for example, and you want a chatbot that's entirely trained on the content of my channel, don't do this, by the way, because you're just going to get a bunch of content from my daily videos. But let's say I was providing a ton of value, just like I was down here when I started on YouTube. You'd want to come up here to this Notebook LM Chrome extension that I installed, and you hit create a new notebook. And you can see right here, it has created a Notebook LM. Notebook LM is like a tool from Google, and literally it has all of my videos here. So for example, let's just test it out. You can say like, summarize the progress from day 1 to day 59, or I think day 60 was yesterday. So you can see down here we have 80 sources, and I'll just fast forward to when this loads. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. Yep, yeah, if you look through, this is like literally spot on. And then if you're curious about anything it says, these are the transcripts. This is everything I said that it's pulling the data from. And then it shows the exact video. So you can see that right here, it is citing day 36. It looks like it's broken it down into, anyways, I don't want to go on about this too long, but you can see how this would be insanely valuable, especially for a channel even like, Alex Hormozy or whatever. I know he just dropped his own $5,000 like AI chatbot trained on his own info, but you can make things like this that are your own. So you can come here and click choose notebook, and there's like, you can see these topics that I've created, and you can just add them, and then you can just chat with that information. And I think that's so crazy to me that no one is really talking about this or doing this.